This video is sponsored by the Emily Store, featuring Emily oil, better than it has to be since 1903. Save $10 on any Emily branded product until the end of 2014. Just use coupon code COMPPLUS. The Emily Store is owned by racers to support racers. Visit EmilyStore.com and shop today.
We're announcing a company today that's new to us. It's not new to the sport of drag racing, and it makes me proud to be with the new company and them believe in John Force Racing and NHRA, and we're going to be strong. We're going to have 4 cars out here next year, and 1 year from now, we're still going to be fighting for this championship.
I'm an American guy, and my word to you is that if you looked at my car I run in Vegas, American made, John Force, that was a tribute. That was a tribute to my shops in Indy that are named John Force American Made, and that John Force will drive a car built in America by an American. It will be American made. You can count on that when we announce that at PRI. I'm really excited. I'm really proud. Tom Compton, I worked my tail end off. Everybody, because I owe this sport. So right now, I owe the fans, I owe the sport, I owe my family, I owe the sponsors, but I owe me.
Make the second announcement. John's talked about being in 2 countdowns. The one we got going with Matt Hagan right now, and he's got a countdown for sponsors. Our first big announcement was Peak 2 weeks ago in Vegas, and it's my pleasure right now to bring up a man whose name is synonymous with drag racing, synonymous with America, another dynasty name for NHRA drag racing. I'd like to bring Forrest Lucas, the president and founder of Lucas Oil Products, up here. I know this is an emotional time for John. We've been with one family for 29 years. I know he's excited to start his relationship with this family. But what would you like to tell John today?
Well, John, start with, I'm going to give you this cap. And I got on the John Force Racing badge, okay? We are joined. I tell you what, I watched this guy build Castro. I stood back and watched him build a whole company. Now, why they let him go, I don't know. But I'm not going to let him go. I watched him build a lot of other companies too. And he is a guy who does everything in the world for sponsors, a lot better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. I've tried to copy him a lot of times. I just can't talk as fast as he does. But this is going to be a real business-wise win-win. I love a win-win situation. I like to have both parties being satisfied, getting a good deal. This is going to be a good deal for both. He's going to have the best racing oil in the world. We're going to have the best cars in the world, all right? My family's all enthused about this. All my employees, everybody at Lucas Oil is really, really happy about this. I think we're doing the right thing. They know we're doing the right thing. They're just surprised we got the opportunity. John, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Forrest, and I want to thank your wife, Charlotte. Charlotte, come on up here with us. Charlotte. Thank you. And their son, Morgan. I know they're getting ready for Top Fuel. Is Morgan here? Yeah. Come on up here, Morgan. Come on, Morgan, take it out. Here's where I'm coming from, and I'll try to keep this short. When you have partner relationships for 29 years like I had with Castro, they become your family, and you love them. And sometimes the world changes, and I want to tell you they're great people, and I want you to always take care of them. But I have to move on, as I will with Ford Motor Company. They were great to me, and I love these people, and this is really hard. And I'll be honest to you, I had offers from other oil companies, and I struggled. How can I make this change? I have a family that I'll leave behind that was so good to me, that made me who I am today in the past. But I need to build a family for the future. And you know John Force races from the heart. And it's my whole family. And NHRA is a family. And I didn't know where to go. And when I looked at Lucas, what he's done with his family, his son, and Lucas was a truck driver like John Force. That's really cool. And that's where he came from. He built the American dream to go from the bottom up, as I did. And it only made sense as I looked at all the manufacturers of oil. There's only one place that I can go that would make any sense, is go to another family, and that's the Lucas family. And they have a family of race teams that they support that put these young families and older families on the racetrack. And that's where I made my decision, and I'm really honored. You don't negotiate with Forrest Lucas. He looked at me, you want to go with me? I said, yes, sir, I do. He said, okay, then let's shake hands. And I'm standing like we never mentioned money. He said, I'll make you where you'll be competitive.
Do you think it was inevitable that two of the biggest names in NHRA drag racing were destined to be on the same team?
It made sense to me. You know, I've been a family with another company, but this is a family of drivers. I mean, you got to look at it. Charlotte drives race cars. He's driven race cars. His boys are racing, and his son is racing, and of course his other drivers. So it only made sense that we could fit in there with my family. You got to look back. A photo, you know when it really struck me? I was in my office in turmoil. I had a couple of other offers. Lucas told me, we don't negotiate, Forrest. You shake my hand and you tell me you'll do the work and build my company, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to give you. And I trusted him. He said, I know your value. But it was a picture on the wall of the Brat Pack. It was his son, Morgan, my daughter, Ashley, Brandon Bernstein, and I think there was one other kid, Eric Medlin, and I think one other kid, J.R. Todd, and they were all hugging, and it just hit me one day standing there. I think I drank too much wine, and it just was like, oh my God, that is the future of not of John Force Racing, that's the future of NHRA. That's the kids that are going to be here, the Robert Heights, the Hagans, long after I'm gone. And I said, that's where I got to be. That's why no matter what, I've got to prove myself. And the proof's in the pudding. But my new world now is called B2B. It's business to business. I'm not just a race car driver. I've always been a salesman at the track, on TV. But I'm going out on the road with their sales force, and I'm going to help them so I can build my program. Because that's what he says. You build it, life gets better. And he's a man of his word. I know that.
What was the question?
It was, he's like you already. Was it inevitable that two of the biggest names in drag racing would end up on the same team?
I wouldn't say it was inevitable. I was really shocked when I heard that Castro let him go and didn't come back. I guess he did come back. No, it was a perfect opportunity. The two of us together can, I think, keep this organization alive, NHRA. And I think it would have been trouble without us doing what we're doing. But it makes perfect sense. I got one of the best salesmen in the world right here, and he's got a company he knows is strong and pretty successful already.